that should not have any dirt in it. Should be super clean, super dry. I went in one mud hole recently and it filled up with water. Had to drain the belt box, so obviously something's wrong. I don't really know what the hell could be wrong. So back to the beginning. The only issue I've ever had with this thing is a clicking noise from the left rear. Rotational clicking noise coming from the left rear. So it was still under warranty. Took it back to the dealer, Johnny K's, Niles, Ohio. Fucking douchebags, we'll just say. I don't even feel bad saying that out loud. They had it for months. They ended up putting an entire transmission in it, 2 rear axles in it, and they said they fixed the noise. So I brought it home. The transmission was pretty much 50% full, so they didn't even fill it up. And then, yeah, that was all good till the next time. Same clicking noise came back, and instead of taking it to the dealer, I just put in a left rear axle. So I put a Super ATV left rear axle in, and that took care of the noise. But ever since then, ever since they had the belt cover off, the belt box off, the tranny off, I think that there's been a water leak. So we're gonna tear it apart and see what we find. So it's pretty simple. There's plenty of videos, but if you wanted to take the belt off or change the belt, you would need a, I'm going to go with a 1/4 inch 5/16 socket with a 1/4 inch swivel and a short extension and a long extension and a 1/4 inch ratchet. So that'll get you every one of these bolts except for this one. That one required both. It required you to use that, and then the swivel kind of stuck here and had to use a wrench. So a couple different tools you'd need to change that, but that pulls the belt cover off. Oh, and a screwdriver to take off the intake boot there. But as you can see, plenty of dirt was on the inside of this belt box. It looks like the seal is all intact. So I just ordered a new seal all the way around and then 2 new shaft seals. I'm just gonna take it out, clean it all out real good, put it all back together. So in the process, I'm going to pull the primary and secondary clutch. So this one here, I think you just take the bolt out after this. Oh, this was a tool that I just screwed in there. I'll get to that in a second, but you take the center bolt out and then this will just slide off. This one here, you have to take this bolt out and then use a puller tool that I ordered on Amazon. It was like 30 bucks. So, yeah. So this is another tool that didn't come in the toolkit. So if you're going to do any kind of maintenance on it yourself, get one of these and the puller tool you'll see here in a minute. But they fit all Can-Am X3s, Mavericks, Commanders, whatever. So this here screwed into the center of the clutch, and this here is just kind of like a jam bolt that pushes against that, and it should spread that sheet out so you could pull the belt loose. So I don't know if I'm going to video all of it, but I'll video a little here. We're gonna skip video, and I only got, so I don't know how far you're allowed to run that screw in to spread this, but it opened it up quite a bit. You know, I ran that in, that was just touching. So I don't know, maybe a little over an inch, 1 1/4 inches, and then you should be able to pull the belt off. All right, so I got the tool off on the back. 17mm socket to take that bolt out of the secondary, and a 22mm socket to take the bolt out of the primary, and we'll see what we get. All right, so bolt and a washer comes out and this whole pulley slides off. Pretty simple. All right, so that is the 22mm bolt that you pull out to get the primary off. Super weird looking bolt. Big step down center shaft and a step back up to a short little thread looking insert thing there. So definitely be careful with that. So apparently this tool screws in there and use an impact and it jams that thing off of the shaft. So I'm gonna try. All right, so that huge puller just screwed all the way in there, and hopefully when I run it in with the impact here, it's gonna do something and not fuck something up. So keep you posted. Waiting on a 19mm socket from the garage. Off the running board. So got the front pulley off. It took a 1/2-inch air impact and a lot of power, but this is a problem.
What?
Loose hose. Somebody didn't tighten the clamp. All right, so a day later, everything's all fixed. So what you just seen in the last couple clips here, behind the primary clutch, there's a vent, and that vent is connected to this tube that goes all the way up. And it was just pouring water in behind the primary clutch. So we took this cover off, we pulled the primary clutch off, which was a hell of a time. We had to use a 1/2-inch impact and a pretty badass compressor to get it to pop off. And then found out, we seen that vent back there. Anyway, so when Johnny K's, the dealership, replaced the transmission under warranty, it took like 2 months. They never gave me any updates. Terrible quality, customer service all around. When I got the transmission back, it literally was half full. I had to go buy at least a quart. I think it was back in the video. I think it was 1.5 quarts that I had to add to it. And they left this hose unconnected behind the belt box. It was literally like a 4-inch oval hole that was just pouring water into the belt box. Absolutely terrible quality. Anything, don't go there. Don't buy anything. Tell everybody don't go there. But anyway, enough about that. We have fixed the problem. Obviously, just reconnected the hose, tightened up the hose clamps. I did put a brand new seal all the way around the cover. It was like 20 bucks from Partzilla. Yeah, so the water leak issue is fixed, finally. Clicking noise fixed. So pretty much this baby's ready to go. Go over some of the other issues that I've had with it here, some of the things that we've done to it, but right now, ready to rip.